here. Maybe wait till about 8. Wait till about 8. All right. So today I'm doing Drew talks through Terminator 2. As you can see, I've decided to do a little bit of a blue tint here, the ice blue tint, like you're gonna see all throughout this movie. It's kind of one of the cool motifs that I love about it, where it has that, kind of hue to it. That's why this one and not the first one. And I do love Terminator. Terminator 2 is probably the best sequel of all time, if not at least one of the top 3, which James Cameron also made Aliens, which is one of the greatest sequels ever too. So, yeah, I'm going to be sitting through. I might end up doing a couple of pre-line reads. Just a lot of the lines come to me throughout this, and I just kind of get excited about it. Yeah, and again, why I do this, just sometimes people like to hear some of the things I have to say about movies. And I just figured the best way to do that would be sit here and watch the movie and kind of put that commentary on. I'm moving on up in the world. I found a way to hear on YouTube Live still get a picture-in-picture, so we can kind of play along. So if anybody kind of joins in, they can know a little bit about where we are. I do own this movie on Amazon Prime, and I was going to use that version, but then I ended up seeing that it was the extended cut, the special edition that mostly is known for having those cut Kyle Reese scenes that are in it. If you've never seen that one where they have the cut Kyle Reese stuff, it's worth checking out. This isn't the one we're going to watch. We're going to watch the one that's on HBO Max, because I think it's just the cinematic release. But if you ever have a chance to see this special edition where they have those extra scenes where Michael Biehn reprises his role, he comes in, you can have your opinion on it. I thought that getting rid of those scenes, sometimes you watch insert cut scenes and you're like, well, why the fuck they cut that, because maybe it was funny or it had a little bit of, something that you enjoyed. And while I enjoyed seeing him again, it was like, I understand why they cut it out, because it kind of moves her motivation seemingly be pressed by Kyle, who, yes, she cared a lot for, but it was, not the long-lasting level of life. So I think taking him out of that fixes her focus and her drive back on John, specifically. So I have the one where they have the extra stuff in. I'm not saying that it adds anything to the movie, but if you have a chance to check it out, then check it out. So here we go. Here's time to talk through Terminator 2. Man, that looks old and janky. All these old film companies that don't exist anymore. I'm probably going to bring up several times throughout this. This was released in 1991, so it was made in 1990, and I'm mostly going to mention how insanely it still stands up in several ways to, stuff that's made right now. 2029. We're only 6 years away. We could see that, right? We could see that after maybe election 2028, it all fucking runs into the ground, and this is what it's like a year later, right? When chatbot GPT takes over.
3 billion human lives ended on August 29th, 1997. The survivors of the nuclear fire called the war Judgment Day. They lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines.
It's so fresh. The sound editing in this movie is so fucking good. Look, this is part robot, animatronic, it's part CG. These are all models. Like, it still looks good. And again, this came out 22 years ago. Sorry, 32 years ago. The 90s. Jesus, 32 years ago. Cinematic honesty, as I talked about last week in The Princess Bride, like, now you can easily see where it's the miniatures and where it's, you know, the descaled practical effects. It's all CG and fucking Gumby looking.
The computer which controlled the machines, Skynet, sent 2 Terminators back through time. Their mission, to destroy the leader of the human resistance, John Connor, my son. The first Terminator was programmed to strike at me in the year 1984, before John was born. It failed.
Now, does he look like Eddie Furlong grows up with that guy? I don't know.
Still a child.
The future John Connor in this one always made me,
the resistance was,
you know, kind of wondrous about all the sequels that they made where it just didn't seem like he was growing into that guy. The score. Chum, 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 chum. Classic. Robert Patrick is so badass in this movie. He sings his praises a lot. And introducing ILM. There's actually a pretty dope mini-series on Disney Plus that's about ILM, and they have one of the later episodes specifically talking about the stuff that they had done for this one, mostly regarding the CG technology that they had moved from. I think they did The Abyss and were developing that, and then moved to this one, and it's a pretty dope episode. Oh man, it's the grill of a truck. Kind of a cheese. What is that? Gray, blue, tone. So you sweep up that fucking lot, man. There's so much loose paperwork down here. It's not been some good years. Definitely love that shot when it cuts out the whole part of the truck. It's fucking dope. There's Ernie. Let's get the naked dude in here ASAP. So do I yoke him on the jukebox? This looks like Terry's. She's liking it. I was wondering, so the scan mode that he has, just a lot of it just shows a bunch of numbers, and I kind of wonder what those are referring to. It's the fit probabilities. Why are the numbers so high?
Boots and your motorcycle. You forgot to say please.
Carcinogenic paper. Ooh. Of course, they're in LA, so they're being responsible citizens by having registered firearms, I'm sure.
Take it. Oh.
Shh. George Thorogood. I had read the original name for the destroyers was the Delaware Destroyers or something to that effect. It's pretty cool. What's this dude? It's
Can't let you take the man's wheels, son. Now get off before I put you down.
I'm just listening to the leather, the leather crunch as he walks. It's so fucking dope.
God damn it.
Somebody's jacking with my shit. Not sure why he keeps doing that. No reason for that. It's just badass. And you talk about an advantageous thing to just come into. You just show up here and There's a cop car you can take.
Arthur and David, show me code 6 at the 6th Street Bridge in Santa Fe on electrical disturbance.
10-4, R31 David.
Got the lights on for some reason about this. Always checking it. We'll take the ammo, right? So you see him walk away in this. When you first see it, you know, the assumption is kind of that he takes that guy's thing, but then you find out later that he doesn't even have to do that. I don't know if you caught that, but it says that John is 10. He's supposed to be a 10-year-old in this particular story.
John!
I mean, 10-year-olds, you know, like,
Your foster parents are kind of dicks, huh?
does he keep fucking doing that?
Swear, I have had it with that goddamn kid. He won't even answer me anymore.
Honey, move.
Would you get off your butt and help me? Todd,
What?
he hasn't cleaned that room of his in a month.
Well,
Good Todd.
hang on, I'll get right on it.
Come on!
John! Come on, get your ass inside. Do what your mother tells you.
She's not my mother, Todd.
Good old American foster system. Oh, and here's Linda.
This next patient's interesting. I've been following the case for years. 29-year-old female. Diagnosed as acute schizoaffective disorder. The usual indicators: depression, anxiety, violent acting out, delusions of persecution. The delusional architecture is fairly unique. She believes that a machine called a Terminator, which looks human, of course, was sent back through time to kill her.
That's original.
And also that the father of her child was a soldier sent back to protect her. He was from the future, too. The year 2029, if I remember correctly. And here we are. Morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Great
Dr.
intro shot.
Silverman.
How's the knee?
How's the knee?
Fine, Sarah.
This chick in the glasses wants to fucking scissor her. Like, you see the look that she gives her. Mm-hmm.
Shall we? Listen, I don't like to see the patients disrupted.
This fucking dude.
Sure, Dr. Silverman, I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
You the legal guardian of John Connor?
That's right, officer. What's he done now?
Could I speak with him,
What's
please?
it now at age 10?
Here. Took off on his bike this morning so he could be anywhere.
Do you have a photograph of John?
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
You gonna tell me what this is about?
Just need to ask him a few questions. He's a good-looking boy.
So this movie did come out in 1991, but it takes place in 1994.
Big guy on a bike. Does that got something to do with this?
Hence the 10-year-old part and
No.
a believability of time, because 1994 doesn't look too dissimilar from 1991. So.
Please insert your stolen card now.
Little anarchist cookbook shit.
Hurry up, this is taking too long.
Go, baby, go, baby, go, baby. Alright.
Easy money.
Where'd you learn this stuff
The
from?
Public
anyway?
Enemy shirt is pretty dope. I remember this kid from Sleepy Shorts. Anybody watch that?
Come on, baby, come on, come on, come on. Yes!
Hey, it worked.
Alright. Easy money. Come on. Yes!
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
That her?
The picture.
Yes.
She's pretty cool, huh?
No, she's a complete psycho. That's why she's at the pesca
I mean, 10-year-old kids probably speak like this about their
Tried to
parents,
blow up
but
the computer factory. She got shot in
they're
the
definitely not as capable.
She's a total loser. Come on, let's go spend some money.
Strobe light burning right through my eyes. Somehow I just
It's another cool thing that he sets up. So in the sequels that Cameron made, so like he made Aliens, which takes place so much longer after Alien. You know, it displaces time in such a way to where he could make the movie the way that he wanted to, with the aesthetic that he wanted to, and explain that away as far as advancement went. And this one, where telling the story of it's not like Terminator 2 takes place the next day. You know, like a lot of sequels seem to just kind of be right after events of the last one, or the thing of the time, or in Marvel's case, the thing they tie in with. And, you know, we get that exposition that in the intervening years of when she got pregnant all the way up to now, like what she had tried to do. And when we see her, she's not doing well. You know, like, I like that about a good sequel where there was a victory at the end of the first one, but now you're starting out the next one and it's not all that great. So there's that initial strife to overcome, and that's what makes for a really great, compelling sequel.
Saving alive? You're already dead. Everybody. Him, you're dead already. This whole place, everything you see is gone.
Zoom in on her. Zoom in on that.
Fucking doing some of it, because I knew it.
Yeah, get her face.
It happened.
Check out that cherry. Ugh, there you go, put it out. Anxiety relieved. Yeah, I'm feeling better.
Yes, your attitude has been much improved lately.
See, those are the kind of bangs that the ladies want to pull off.
It's helped me
But
to
look
have
like
a
Chorus
goal.
Radiation.
Something to look forward to.
What is that?
You said that if I showed improvement after 6 months, you would transfer me to the minimum security wing and I could have visitors. It's been 6 months and I was looking forward to seeing my son.
an interesting aspect that she possesses about her while she's going through this because she's motivated obviously by the belief in these things.
They don't exist.
But one of the cool things that they do with Sarah in this one, and what I learned when I was in the service about
There would have been some evidence.
when you feel that you're being held captive, well, in the military sense, actually being held captive, but clearly what Sarah feels here is always thinking about and planning towards escape or finding a way out or getting the message out. You know, she doesn't behave like someone who's trapped by her own mind. She's trapped by a system, you know, and she's trying to find a way to either get out or get the message to her son.
The materials team is running another... Mr. Dyson? Yes. The materials team is running another series this afternoon. You have to sign for the...
This guy.
You have to sign it out.
Okay, come on, I'll get it.
Listen, Mr. Dyson...
Check out all the chambray.
If you could tell me, I mean, if you know...
Know what?
Well, if you know where it came from.
You know, I asked them that very same question once, and you know what they told me? Don't ask.
Can't look at the blue tent. Whole blue tent.
How's it going?
Insert key. Left on 3, 2, 1. Turn. All the wife and kids?
Great, thanks.
There you go.
I used to be like, oh, the chocolate bar. Does it just look like that to me? In the hand.
So what do you think, Doctor? I have shown improvement, haven't I?
Well, Sarah, here's the problem. I know how smart you are. And I think you're just telling me what I want to hear. I don't think you really believe what you're telling me today. I think if I put you in minimum security, you'll just try to escape again.
You have to let me see my son. Please. Please. He's in great danger. He's naked without me. If I could just make a phone call.
Afraid not. Not for a while. I don't see any choice but to recommend to the review board that you stay here for another 6 months.
Okay, maybe number 12.
10 cc's of sodium
You don't know what you're doing!
Some restraints in here now!
Dad! You don't know what you're doing!
Model citizen.
Good old LA River. Scene to many a film. For technology of that era, that's a pretty good enhancement. He's approaching a car accident.
Just missed him. He was here like 15 minutes ago. I think he said he was going to the Galleria, right? Yeah.
The Galleria?
Man, those two girls had a lot of information, and they knew him. In LA? Yes.
I'm gonna get some quarters. I'll be back, all right?
Cool.
Girls, you know John Connor?
No.
See, that's more likely. And they're literally the same places. I don't know who that is.
Nah, I don't know. John.
Not now, not now.
Hey, man, there's this cop scoping for you. Check it out. Split, man. Just go.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I think I saw that kid you were looking for. Hey!
Hey! You're not supposed to be.
Slow-mo. Oh, it works.
Hey! Hey!
This poor dude getting lit up.
Get down.
Oh, the CG. See, so just puts the costume all back together. This episode, one of the great motifs from an episode of Simpsons. It's pretty great. Yeah, it's not bad. I just like that. This is great because they're telling the stuff driver, like, hey, you should have fucked this up on the set. And this is like burning out cars and shit. Which maybe, you know, in the early 90s, that's probably what LA really didn't like. But. Gun flip, baby. Everybody loves leather action, shoddy flip, which is impractical, if not impossible. By the way, don't try to do it. Let me blast up it. God, this sound editing in this movie is so fucking good. Now he's just toying with him. There's literally no reason why he shouldn't be able to clip the kid right now. Right on. And you can see that it's not Arnold, it's the stuntman. Now they just CG his face over it. Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing. Sorry, that's my fault. I keep touching my ear. Flip. This is crazy because again, it's the tire coming out, and kind of a callback to the beginning where everything's just the world on fire. So it's. So in that episode of ILM that I was mentioning earlier where they talk about the CG, this was back before they had the suits with all the balls and stuff on it for reference points. And they were trying to build that model. They were trying to find a way to render. And they had Robert Patrick just in his tidy whities with these lines and dots drawn on his body that they would record him running, they would record him walking. He had some kind of an injury that made him have a particular a gait when he walked that was very distinct that they wanted to capture and really kind of make it seem a little bit more real. So there's all these shots of him just walking around, and I'm not fucking shitting you. It's just Fruit of the Looms, this tidy whitey Haney's, and he's just walking around with these lines, you know, drawn on him or painted on him, you know, just shredded as he was back in the day, walking through and doing these tests. And now they just have, you know, the suits and the dots on your face. They can do the whole thing, but you know, back in 1990 or whatever when they were putting this together, that was all brand new, and it looks pretty damn good.
Right? But sort of alive outside?
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue of a metal endoskeleton.
John, okay. You're not here to kill me. I figured that part out for myself. So what's the deal?
My mission is to protect you.
Yeah? Who sent you?
You did. 35 years from now, you reprogrammed me to be your protector here. And this time.
35 years from now.
So this other guy, he's a Terminator like you, right?
Not like me. A T-1000. Advanced prototype.
You mean more advanced than you are?
Yes. A mimetic polyalloy.
What the hell does that mean?
Liquid metal.
Where are we going?
But is it because the idea that, you know, he's supposed to be a prototype Terminator that's liquid metal, but
Listen, I gotta stop at my house.
where's the programming in such a thing? You know what I mean? Like, it'd be really cool if they went into how the T-1000 is made, but how do you program it? What in it is driving it to do what it does? Like, where's the programming in the liquid metal? Like, there's a whole thing about nanites they could have made the next, movie or next couple of movies about, and they never really went that direction. You know what I mean? Kind of just wasted it on robots and not cool liquid metal robots.
John? Everything all right? Are you guys okay?
Here's some memeage coming
Are you
up.
all right?
They're doing the meme.
John, it's late. Honey, I was beginning to worry about you. If you hurry home, we can sit down and have dinner together. I'm making beef stew.
Something's wrong. She's nervous.
How's Wolfie?
Where are you?
What the hell is the goddamn dog barking at? Hey! Shut up, you worthless piece of shit!
The dog's really barking.
Thought you were gonna tell the kid to get rid of that fucking mutt.
Shank.
John, honey, it's late. Please don't make me worry.
Can already be there?
Honey, are you okay?
I'm right here. I'm fine.
Sure? Are you sure you're all right?
What's the dog's name?
Max. Hey, Janelle. What's wrong with Wolfie? I can hear him barking. Is he okay?
Wolfie's fine, honey. Wolfie's just fine. Where are you?
Such a good performance, and she doesn't get a lot of time. But there's the meme. Your foster parents are dead. Oh, I think it's just a great shot. This again, CG. It looks fucking amazing, and then it turns into that, the practical part. Making the area that they were doing this just, hey, it's got to be reflective, shiny, not overly complicated. The fact that it was about where they literally put in the plot, he really does this with stabbing weapons and stuff. It's nothing too complicated. They literally wrote themselves into the position where they're like, this is all we're focusing on the CG, and they're making it really well, because this is like early days of just doing very simple light refraction, mirroring, stuff like that, just working with water again like they did in The Abyss, and then to flush it out while making it work. They didn't push it too far and make it look corny.
Complex machines. Guns and explosives have chemicals, moving parts. It doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way.
Solid metal shapes.
What?
Knives, stabbing weapons.
Knives, stabbing, yeah, there it is. And that's it. And again, it talks into it, just like the first movie, when they talk about the rules of time travel, and he asks him, he's like, why don't you bring guns back from the future? And he says, only living tissue or things covered in the living tissue can make it through. And they're writing themselves into that explanation of sort of like, hey, it was about this part of the plot. Like, no, they're trying to cover for that. It's one of the cool things that Cameron did well. They kind of fuck it all up later, but...
Look, I just sat here and told you that your son is missing. That the foster parents have been murdered. You know this guy's involved.
So, dude, the old school Subway packaging. I miss those old school Subways. And you walk in, it just smells like bread, and they had all those maps. It was like just the maps of subways from other cities and shit. And I lived in a place like Grand Forks, North Dakota, where there was no subways, but they at least had a restaurant. I'm like, oh, there's a map of Chicago. We're at New York.
Sure. Alice, take her back to her room.
Come on, sweetheart, let's go.
See. Spent a lot of time in Nicaragua and places like that. For a while there, she was with this crazy ex-Green Beret guy, running guns. Then there were some other guys. Shackled with anybody she could learn from, so she could teach me how to be this great military leader. Then she gets busted. It's like, sorry kid, your mom's a psycho, didn't you know?
It's a really interesting part that he talks about this, when he talks about being raised where Sarah is just getting into relationships with guys that can teach her how to do these tactical things, right? Like using those relationships in order to accomplish this mission. clearly having an effect on young John, and about the whole idea of having a family, but it's all kind of fucked up. It's a forgotten part of this movie. We talk a little bit about what Sarah went through in the intervening 10 years.
What happens to her?
It all kind of falls by the wayside in the midst of the
Shit,
whole
why didn't you tell me? We gotta go right now.
plot of the movie.
You fuck you, she's a priority to me. Hey, god damn it, what's your problem? God damn it! Help!
This does not help our...
The old shrieky Eddie from...
Help! Help! Help me, kid, I'm getting
He's otherwise okay, but dude,
Let me go!
Eddie's voice in this fucking movie, the shrieks. I don't like it.
Why the hell did you do that?
Ugh.
Because you told me to.
You have to do what I say, huh?
That's one of my mission parameters.
Stand on one foot. Yes! Cool. Hail Terminator.
You okay, kid?
Take a hike, bozo.
Say, let's get out of here. What? Fuck you, you little dipshit.
Dipshit.
Again, he's supposed to be 10, and he just calls him a dipshit. He's a 10-year, supposed to be a 10-year-old.
Moi, a dipshit.
Maybe Jim didn't know about
Grab this guy. I can't
maturity. And...
Ah! 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 God, get him off of me!
And now who's the dipshit, you jock douchebag?
Get off of me! Ah!
Dude. Yep.
No! Put the gun down now!
Shrieks.
Come on, guys, it's split! Come on!
Jesus, you're gonna kill that guy!
Of course, I'm a Terminator.
What an odd spark of personality. He's like, you're gonna kill that guy. And he says, of course, I'm a Terminator. Yes.
Just can't go around
It's kind of what I'm supposed to be doing.
Why?
It's like a weird... And then he's a
What
child.
do you mean why? Because you can't.
Why?
Because you just can't, okay? Trust me on this.
Take off those goddamn sunglasses.
I'm gonna go get my mom. And I order you to help me.
There's a great quality to these movies that you watch so much when you were young. This isn't an indictment on my dad at all, but I got to watch this movie when I was fairly young. Obviously, it was well after it was released, so I was 5 when this movie came out. So, I was like 8 to 10 years old. I was able to watch this, and I guess he found it okay enough that it wasn't going to fuck me up too much, although clearly my attraction to women that are like Linda Hamilton in this movie might be attributed to that. So thanks, Dad. But, yeah, this fucking dude. Look at her face. I'd lick her face if she wanted me to. It was something I had been watching for years when I was younger, and there's a lot of scenes that I watched that when I watch them I can remember being a kid and watching them. Like, I remember it to that vivid detail. This movie, I think, the 1990 TMNT movie, they're just these parts where when I see them, I'm not really seeing them as I am right now. I'm always kind of having that 8 to 10-year-old Drew on the side of me, like, oh yeah, I remember, seeing this. Or when I watch it again when I was 12 or watch it again as a teenager, like, I'm always brought back to that moment. And great movies do that, dude. It's the ones you grow up with. When you see those things again, you're just transported back to when you were watching them. this whole scene in killing the dude with the pointer and the floor and getting the black and white checkered, like, it's... I could almost say everything that happens in the next 5 minutes just because of how close it was to me
Hi.
when I was growing up, you
Do you have
know.
a Sarah Connor here?
You know what I mean?
Running kind of late, aren't you? They've been in there for an hour.
This lady...
Hold on a second, I'll buzz you in. Oh, here comes your friends now.
And a great magic trick, just as they did with this, you know, where he's the copy of the sheriff. Clearly, that it was the dude that has a twin that was in Good Morning Vietnam. If you haven't watched that one, it's pretty dope. Obviously, it wasn't too much trickery to get that. They just get both of them together. But when you see it, you're like, oh, what the fuck? How they do that? Like, well, no, they're literally using twins against each other to make it work. Sometimes the best looking cinema magic is just practicality. You know, just like in The Prestige, where it's like, you know, it wasn't magic. I just had a twin. Oh, the floor, everything about so sterile, so white. The floors are black and white. There's no anything else. Like the contrast and how cold this movie is. You know, everything's cold. That's why the redness of the flame is so bright, because everything is cold in this movie.
Hey Gwen, you want some coffee?
No thanks.
I have a beer. I have a beer. Like,
Yeah, right.
Friday night, 1996, watching this movie. Floors soaking it up. Crazy.
Hey, I got a full house.
And just the sound. It's like his feet coming off like he's at a movie theater. Like, goes off. Like, it's dope. Shink. Again, gotta check the chamber. They're all programmed. Hey, when you pick up a gun, you fucking check the chamber. It's just... Years of Sarah Silverman was a little more tacky, but the show with the random cast again. I don't know if this actress just was dealing with an injury, or they're like, hey, we think your character should have an injury to their arm, and you're gonna be wearing a cap. Like, I don't know what that was. I'd like to know, because it has nothing to do with what happens, but it's there. Yeah, and here's where Mr. Lickface gets a piece of his own shit. Fuck! Rex. Good job. Oh, that little skip. Swipe the base. It's gotta be. It has to be a choice, right? That has to be like, no, Linda, we really need that. You know, it's gotta be there. Piece of shit. Ugh. Oh, the liquid rooter. Yes.
Broke my arm.
There are 215 bones in the human body. That's one. Now don't move.
This is great. The blue, like, you know, the color contrasts in this thing it's so good. Everything is vivid, despite how
Why do we stop now?
kind of washed out in the gray blue that
God
it can be.
promise me you're not gonna kill anyone, right?
Still got the sunglasses on.
Swear?
What?
Just put up your hand and say, I swear I won't kill anyone.
I swear I will not kill anyone.
Alright, let's go.
That was a point of contention. So what Arnie just says is, I swear I will not kill anyone. That was all part of, I think he suggested in the dialogue, he says that I don't want to use any contractions. That because I'm a machine, everything, it can't be in informal language to that degree. I don't know, maybe we can count how many times he breaks that rule, but it seems like when it's fairly concise, he's checking the ammo. Everybody's checking the ammo.
He'll live.
It's like a post-apocalyptic video game. Check the ammo.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, that haircut.
Let's all try to remain calm. Open it or he'll be dead before it hits the floor. There's no way, Connor. Let him go.
There's no
Open
way,
the door.
Connor. Let him go.
Take it easy, sir. Easy.
It won't work, Sarah. You're no killer. I don't believe you. Do it.
You're already dead, Silver, and everybody dies. You know I believe it, so don't fuck with me!
Open the door. Open the door.
Why the cast? What is it? Is it real? It's not real.
Back off.
Because she uses it.
I'm a puppet full of this shit, I swear!
Oh, you're gonna have a cast.
Don't move. Drop the shit!
Do it. Just do it.
Get in the office. On the floor, face down, not you! On the floor, hold it open. Face the wall!
And then he gets fucked up. Dude, when he gets hit, it's like Indiana Jones. And then this alarm sounds like... It sounds like the fucking Velociraptor from Jurassic Park. Comes the iconic through the bars scene. There's a great episode of from the Corridor Crew on YouTube where they get their guys, you know, using, I think that it's a couple years old, so it's like 2021 technology, trying to recreate the T-1000 walking through the bars. And to be honest with you, it's not that much better than the thing that they did in 1991. And they talk about that on the episode. They're like, you know, for how overly poured over the scene was, because again, this was like the infancy of this whole thing, they still did an incredibly great job because they had simplified it in such a way that for how archaic it was still pretty fucking good. So there's the PSD striking. PTSD. I'm not gonna focus on the guy walking through with the shotty though. Oh, he fucks up this Daniel Stern again. Yeah. So the cast breaks the glasses. Thunk. Again, so it's not a real cast. She's wearing that. Finally, we lose the sunglasses, and now we can see his eyes, and it's a whole different transportation, right?
Come with me if you want to live.
A little softer.
It's okay, Mom. He's here to help. It's okay.
Kyle. My best friend is named after Kyle Reese. If you know him, tell him now you know. So here's where he walks through. Again, they didn't really improve on it that much. The gun.
Go.
The Beretta in this movie is pretty funny to hear how pew pew pew, like it literally has that sound. It's not what it is. And the sound that it's making, like, why is it doing it? Because it's just, but that sound it makes it fuse together. You could write a whole college course on sound editing in this movie. This is fucking amazing.
Get down.
Design, I guess. Sound design and editing. You should have just got low to begin with, right? Again, just a guy showing up with the brights on, not expecting anything. I just like to keep the fucking cherry on top rolling because it makes me feel big. Goes down into it. I can hear it so distinctly in my ear. All this is.
I'm out.
Here's the Simpsons reference scene. Nitty chases him with the golf clubs.
Here.
Reload.
Last one.
Like, it's just.
Hang on.
Everything sounds amazing. This was back in 1990, so they're just, everything is an old late 70s Caprice, like all the cars are just late 70s models. They're like, hey, can we just destroy all these things? Old pieces of shit that they'll repaint and make look nice. Like, we're gonna destroy this at some point.
Ready.
There it is, Hank. Hank.
Here, drive.
You just hear the metal rolling on the street, like. Well, too slow. He walks up, just fuses back into the foot. Oh, what a great shot. Here you go. Yeah, turn the siren on.
Nobody behind us. Are you all right? Yeah. Can you even see anything?
I see everything.
See, again, All the numbers, like, what is it? What is any of that shit? And it's not even binary. It's just a bunch of numbers. Bitch, I told you I'm okay.
I said it was okay.
John, it was stupid of you to go there. God damn it, you have to be smarter than that. You almost got yourself killed. What were you thinking? You cannot risk yourself, even for me. Do you understand? You're too important. Do you understand?
I had to get you out of that place. I'm sorry.
I didn't need your help. I can take care of myself.
What's wrong with your eyes?
What's wrong with your eyes?
Nothing.
I was never told anything about how about how humans require catharsis.
So what's your story?
You okay? Fine. Say,
It's a nice bike.
that's a nice bike.
Everything's so dark. Like, they're probably a little bit outside of the city now, but everything is so dark.
Hey! Watch it, lug nuts.
This great shot where he's just staring out the window till sunup. Ugh, beautiful.
Listen. You know what you're doing?
I have detailed files on human anatomy.
I bet. Makes you a more efficient killer, right?
Correct.
The jacket where he's holding it up to the light and you can just see all the parts pouring through the bullet holes. Okay, great lighting too. You know, everything that where there's a window, there's some light that's like shining directly into it because it's so fucking dark.
Good.
Everything is at night.
As for human, you're not much good to us.
How long do you live? I mean, last, whatever.
120 years with my existing power cell.
Can you learn stuff that you have
120 years with the existing power cell. Elon, get on that battery, bro.
You know, more human. Not such a dork all the time.
My CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer. The more contact I have with humans, the more I learn.
Cool.
The more contact with humans, the more I learn. Obviously, that's the kind of brain injury causes, but you know, if you're just something sent back and you're thrust into a circumstance like he is he really learning that much about humanity and its greater realm? Or is he learning about fucking weirdos who have been trained, you know, to fight a circumstance for these people that, oh yeah, I learned that people are devout and violent and insane and...
You have to get as far away from the city as possible.
I'm learning from humanity.
Just head south.
Let's head to Mexico.
Keep it under 65. We don't want to be pulled over.
Affirmative.
Keep it under 65. In California,
Gotta listen to the way people talk. You don't say affirmative.
you go 65 anywhere in California, you're getting passed by fucking grandma.
Comes off to you with an attitude, you say, eat me. And if you want to shine them on it, hasta la vista, baby.
If you want to shine them on, he says, you say hasta la vista, baby. Which, by the way, nobody said before this movie came out.
Or you could do combination.
I guess he was trying to prognosticate. He's trying to prognosticate slang in 1994. It's like, you know what, in 4 years people are going to say stuff like hasta la vista, baby. That's a thing. Or will be a thing.
Want some of my fries? Need any help?
No.
These are they fake pistols? Because I think this was made before they put the red caps on everything, so you can have toy guns that look pretty good. That caused a lot of people to get shot by police, by the way, through the decade.
Yourselves.
Yeah.
There's where he separates. It's in your nature to destroy yourselves.
I need to know how
Animals be like that, though.
responsible.
The man most directly responsible is Miles Bennett Dyson.
Who is that?
Mainly
Director of
responsible.
Special Projects at Cyberdyne Systems Corporation.
Cyberdyne Systems Corporation probably has a board of directors.
Why him?
And it probably is just trying to make money for investors, but we're going to focus on this one guy.
Go on. Then what?
In 3 years, Cyberdyne will become the largest supplier of military computer systems. All stealth bombers are upgraded with Cyberdyne computers, becoming fully unmanned. Afterwards, they fly with a perfect operational record.
Fully unmanned stealth fighters.
The system goes online.
Obviously, they made another movie about that, literally called Stealth, where they had that AI computer.
Skynet begins to learn at a geometric rate. It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th.
Even the drones that you see or hear about that, you know, were committing secret bombings, even while we claim not to have boots on the ground in other places, they still have a human hand somewhere, and they still require, you know, a human to sign off on that thing. Even in this time period, it was a bit cynical to think that, obviously, as autonomous as the technology would become, that we don't have a human being behind it. And that's
I want to know everything.
where the art kind of it's honestly
Where he lives.
kind of
Everything.
hopeful or optimistic to where even at this point in 2023 we're not leaving it up to the machine to make the decision. That's not what happens. We've been able to keep a human handle on that. Not that we should continue to do it. I'm just saying that we've had a human handle on it, and we should still rethink that policy, but at least we haven't given way to just having the technology do it. And that was a big concern. Not just back in the 90s, I mean, clearly at this time, people were worried about the advancement of what we call artificial intelligence, but something that we can control from getting into that would be nice. It'd be nice if someone at the ultimate end of that particular trail wasn't all about saying, yeah, drop the bomb. That would be nice. Racks it, so that would have expelled around.
Pretty jumpy, Connor.
¿Y tú? Siempre como culebra.
Is your Spanish any good? She can roll the R pretty good, doesn't he?
Yolanda! Vengan que hay visita, carajo. Traigan el pinche tequila.
Yeah, we're just living in a bus.
What's up?
¿Quién es el grandote este?
He's cool, Enrique. He's with me. He's, Uncle Bob. Uncle
Yeah.
Bob?
So if he's a 10-year-old that remembers anything from the previous 2 years, you've got my daughter beat.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Qué grande estás, mijito.
Drink?
What is that his bottle in here? Where'd you get that?
Bob? Sarita, you're pretty famous, you know, all over the
This is great where he picks up the baby. I used to do that to my daughters when they were little.
Just came for my stuff.
Um,
Need clothes, food, and one of your trucks.
I think it's adorable. Just like the idea. I did that to them. Not when their moms were around, but I'd pick them up and like, hold them up. Because they were so small. And I could do that all the time. This armory, man, this was like one of the those movies where it's sort of like for tons of action movies afterwards, so it's time to just like look at the arsenal, right? And just be amazed by all the shit on the walls and all the AKs.
Excellent.
Ooh, now she's in the black.
Well, this is the best truck I got. But the starter motor's gone. You got the time to change it out?
Yeah. I'm gonna wait till dark to cross the border.
Okay.
See, I grew up in places like this. So I just thought that's how people live. Riding around in helicopters. Learning how to blow shit up. It's definitely you.
I'm into the big gun.
Most of the guys my mom hung around with were geeks. But there was this one guy, he was kind of cool. He taught me
Talking about the men she
Orgia.
Mom screwed it up, of course. She'd always tell them about Judgment Day and me being this world leader. That'll be all she wrote.
Torque range, please.
Torque range, please.
Wish I could have met my real dad.
You will.
Yeah, I guess.
I wish I could meet my real dad, and he says you will.
I sent him back through time to 1984. Man. He hasn't even been born yet. Messes with their head.
The other bolt.
Mom and him were only together for one night. She still loves him, I guess. I see her crying sometimes. She denies it totally, of course, like she got something.
And see, this was the other part. So he's explaining, like, oh, I see her crying because she still loves him, I guess. And that was,
Why do you cry?
I guess that part was enough where they didn't need the, Kyle showing up in her, in her mind and everything. Like, they thought maybe that was enough. And they didn't need to do that whole thing.
Pain causes it?
No. It's different. It's when there's nothing wrong with you, but you're hurt anyways. You get it?
No.
All right, my man!
No problemo.
Give me 5. Just put out your hand like this, come on. All right, now hit me. Give me 5. Do the same thing, do the same thing. All right. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, fingers don't have a lot of padding between that and the bones, man.
Too slow. Just kidding. Let's try it one more time.
Here comes my only problem with this movie is I don't like late added voiceover. I hate it. Especially hate it at the end of movies when just randomly somebody comes out, like, and then they love him, like, where the fuck have you been this whole time, narrator?
Or say it was too busy to spend time.
But now she's doing a voiceover about this impact, about this machine being an example to John, and she talks about the would-be fathers, but that was by her choice. She was just trying to get something from them, and he wants nothing from them, from him. and just going back to the hair on here. So when we first see Sarah again, she's obstructed, right, by the bangs. And now it seems a little bit clearer, through her eyes. It's a little bit moved out of the way. She's seeing a little bit more. I don't know if that was intentional, but I do know that sometimes filmmakers put that kind of weird shit into stuff. Notably Christopher Reeve, Superman. Richard Donner was reading about part theory. I'm not going to explain to you totally what this is about. Literally which way your hair is parted, how people perceive you. And he has, Clark Kent with his hair parted one way and Superman parted another way to try to distinguish personality. It's pretty interesting. And so we see her, when she's in the hospital, her eyes are covered by her hair because she can only see through that. And then now it's a little bit swept away, and then they have the shot of her seeing everything. It goes back to her with the old 80s big hair. And wearing that waitress outfit, honestly, it makes you think about how far her character's gone. So here she's getting burned up, right? They're moving the thing. She grabs the gate, she grabs the fence. Here comes the nuclear blast. Great effect, by the way. The thing is still holding on, and her skeleton hands are still hanging onto the gate. That's the kind of gripping handles you got. Like, did you get a hand job from Sarah Connor? She got a grip so tight, it could grab the fence during the apocalypse. No fate. Always motivated. Oof. Tactical belt in the head. Again, it did things. It did things to people. Linda Hamilton did things to people.
Tomorrow.
Mom! Mom! Mom, wait!
Never mind. Now, okay. The whole thing goes. The future's not set. There's no fate but what we make for ourselves.
She intends to change the future.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, shit!
Again, this is a 10-year-old reasoning this up.
Yeah, gotta be. Miles Dyson. She's gonna blow him away!
Louise!
Come on, let's go!
Shrieky
Come on,
slut.
let's go, come on!
Come on! Oh. Eddie.
This is tactically dangerous.
Drive faster.
The T-1000 has the same files that I do. It knows what I know. It might anticipate this move.
I don't care, we gotta stop her.
Killing Dyson might actually prevent the war.
I don't care! Haven't you learned anything yet? Haven't you figured out why you can't kill people?
Danny, I told you to go to bed now. I'm not kidding.
Just a couple of minutes, Mom!
When I was young and seeing this kid like run around being able to have an RC car at his house, I was like, man, this is luxury. Let's creep keeping up. Ooh, the red dots underneath.
Danny! Danny, just go! Go! Danny, go!
That's like an actual M16, which is probably not your best sniper rifle option.
Trisha, just take Danny and go. Just run! Run!
Oh, Jesus! Miles!
Ooh. Dumb score is fucking dope.
Oh!
Nobody fucking move! Don't hurt my daddy! Get on the floor, bitch. Fucking down now! Get out of the way! Don't hurt him!
He's wearing a Minnesota Twins. It looks like the Minnesota Twins, which probably would have been prime Kirby Puckett.
Shut up! Shut up! It's all your fault!
He's so good at acting traumatized and wounded. Obviously, later when he does this great, but here he does it. He's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But you can't. This is about humans killing humans. It's supposed to be about the robots killing humans. This is about humans changing the fate. It's about being unified, right? This is what it's supposed to be.
Shit, we're too late!
Shh, that's nothing.
Check them.
They're having this bonding moment while another.
Penetration. No shattered bone. You're hurt here. Pressure should stop the bleeding. Who are you people?
Sean.
Cut open your arm.
I want you to come with me right now, okay?
He's been smart getting the kid out of the room. No, the wife, I don't know how much she knows about this. She's just gonna get completely freaked out. What are you doing to yourself? Just the sound of that. Listen to this with headphones. Just listen to the sound of the skin. This is 1991. How does it look so good? It looks so good. I know that.
Listen to me very carefully.
Listen to me very carefully.
Dyson listened while the Terminator laid it all down.
He just puts a glove over it that fixes the whole thing.
Judgment Day. The history of things to come. It's not every day that you find out you're responsible for 3 billion deaths. He took it pretty well.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
There is quite a bit of humor in this that we'll later get to see fulfilled in True Lies, but there's great timing in this.
How are we supposed to know?
Right. How are you supposed to know? Fucking men like you built the hydrogen bomb. Men like you thought it up. You think you're so creative. You don't know what it's like to really create something, to create a life. Feel it growing inside you. All you know how to create is death and destruction.
Mom!
Mom,
We need to be a little more constructive here.
quit freaking out.
We still have to stop this from happening.
There's
don't
a
we?
very anti-patriarchy type thing too. I mean, Linda, Sarah Connor is a very, when she tells them about being a man creating something, you only create which you know how to destroy. You don't know how to create something that lives and breathes and advances. It's only something that just fucking blows something up.
Then we have to destroy all the stuff at the lab, the files, the disk drives, everything here. Everything. I don't care. Chip. Do you know about the chip?
What chip?
They keep it in a vault at Cyberdyne. It must be from the other one like you.
The CPU from the first Terminator.
Son of a bitch, I knew it.
They told us not to ask where they got it. Fuckers. It was scary stuff, radically advanced. I mean, it was smashed. It didn't work, but it gave us ideas, took us in new directions. I mean, things we would have never...
We would never have thought. No, not never. Yeah. The human mind is pretty advanced. See, now you see Linda, she doesn't even have the bangs anymore. It's all swept over. Yeah, motherfucker, now.
What was so clear to me had become like a black highway at night. We were in uncharted territory now, making up history as we went along.
What are you all doing here?
Carl, right? Friends from out of town. I just thought I'd take him upstairs and show him around.
Mr. Dyson, now you know the rules concerning visitors in the lab. I need written authorization.
I insist.
Carl.
Don't even think about it.
I insist.
It's okay. It takes 2 keys to open the vault. They have to be turned simultaneously. The other one is in a locker at the security station.
Gibbons?
Oh, this guy.
Gibbons,
Trying to
come
be a
on,
hero.
man. You can't leave the desk like that. Gibbons! Oh, shit.
He calls the cops, which is smart. This is actually the smartest thing to do. Trips is one like, hey, I'm not gonna fucking be a hero.
My card should access this thing.
What? What is it?
Damn it. The silent launch.
Shunk. Another great sound design.
It's neutralized all the codes in the entire building. Nothing will open anywhere now. We have to abort.
Is it like sweating already?
I can go all the way.
You guys get started on the lab. I can open this.
I think it's that guy from the mall. Yeah, it's him and the woman. Look, just send everything you got in the area right now.
Just send everything you got in the area.
I have a personal entry code for the lab. It may still work. It's no good.
Let me try mine.
Let me try mine. Shunk.
John, fire in the
Sound.
hole!
Like, they actually started blowing paper around before anything blew up.
Wait! You can't go in there! The fire set off the halon system!
Halon. Something about Halon is Halon bonds faster. Actually, even bringing that in from where he sits is probably not good. Halon bonds to those molecules faster than human lungs do, so it neutralizes a lot of the stuff with fire or other gas, but you need to be able to breathe in order to walk through it.
All right.
You said that on the RJ. Good old burning documents in a in a crappy steel trash can.
Suspect 2, white male, fitting description of the individual wanted for the murder of police officers in 1984. Suspects are armed and considered extreme.
So he didn't actually shuck that round, he just pulled it up and sounded and he did that to it. The helicopter followed by what would have been another helicopter taking the shot. Everything is so pristine.
Alright, 7, 2, 6. Yes! Easy money.
Easy money.
Uh-oh. Shit. Not good. Not good. How we doing?
Timer cord is set. One more barrel, 2 more minutes.
How do we set them off?
Remote control.
Piece of cake.
We got company.
Police?
How many?
All of them, I think.
All of them.
Go. I'll finish here.
I'll take care of the police.
Hey, wait, you swore!
Trust me.
Just gonna shoot him in the knee. Shoot him all in the knee. Again, it's all these 1976 shit. Just really good. Just setting up this whole entire scene with all of the squibs and all of the explosives, like must have dominated on the grass where he's not even hitting the vehicles, just on the street, on the grass, like just blowing up all these fucking things. This thing must have taken a while to shoot all the effect shots you're trying to get, and they're all practical. Blow that up. Is there anything I haven't killed? Yeah, the 95. The pistols. That's the worst part is people shooting their 9mm like 80 feet away. No, it ain't gonna work like that. You're just wasting your ammo. Dong shoo. It's almost like a score when he opens the.
All right, now in order to get that out, you have to just bite.
We got Skynet by the balls now, don't we? Come on, let's book.
I think this is a 10-year-old directing the whole thing. 10. Alright. Here's kneecap explosion extravaganza.
Ready to rock? Ready.
Time to go. Now.
Take this. They'll use gas.
Come on.
Get started on the door. Miles, hand me the detonator.
Or you're fucked. He gets lit up. Oh, I just know what's coming.
Mom! Mom!
Yeah, Eddie Furlong shrieks. See? He's reacting in. So he's hit again, he's traumatized, he's reacting. Bolts like hitting the metal.
Shit, she's in the clean room. There's no way out of there.
Fucking blew up.
Get down!
Boop. This scene is so good. I can't. Kyle, you see it?
I don't know how much longer I can hold this.
Go back! Everybody out! Go back now! Go, go, go!
Get the fuck out. Shink. Oh, explosions! All of the explosions. It's like Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer produced this shit.
We got a war zone down here.
That's fucked up. Here comes old T. Time for a highway cop to show up. Caps. Caps.
Stay here.
Stay
I'll be back.
I'll be back. You.
Get down on the floor, face down.
It's so dark, so cold.
Down on the floor now.
Marching through.
Okay, drop him.
See the enemy try, a little bit stiffer. Chink. On knees, baby. They're gonna get that fucking medical retirement for being unable to fill their duties. A disability. Shunk. Just ripping off masks and shit. It's so fucking dope. Well, what this? Getting them keys, bruh. Just learn about that from Stone Units.
No!
And just look how much carnage is in this scene. I mean, they're having to drive away from a blown out building. They must have taken a while to shoot all the things necessary on this blown out fucking set. He jumps into into a goddamn helicopter.
Get out.
Okay. Let's jump from here. But at least he gave him the option. He didn't just terminate.
Listen. No matter what happens, you stay under these vests. You got it? Yeah. All right.
Chopper's coming in.
It's him.
Startlingly little traffic for the LA area this point of the evening. And another practical effect, flying the helicopter underneath the overpass. Like, they did some pretty cool practical stunts in this movie. While they were talking to CG, and they could have gone one way. They're like, hey, no, we're still going to do the most we can real. And it's fucking amazing. He got hit. Smash it. Box that whole thing out. Good. I don't know if that truck would have been able to do that. Considering the transfer momentum, but let's say for the sake of argument. I just would like both of them to just fucking fall apart.
Hello?
Damn. You all right? Oh.
DOT number. Take the shotgun. Wish more mothers would give their kids that advice. You're no shit. You look like you should be hurt. You don't seem to be that hurt. You look injured. You're maybe not hurt in such a way. Hurt is a feeling. To liquid nitro, again, not necessarily plot armor. It could make just as much sense as anything else. Back in the semi, knowing how to fuck shit up. That's what he does.
Keep pressure on it. Hit this work. He's gaining. Step on it.
This is the vehicle's top speed.
I can get out of road faster than this. Coming up to the right. Watch it, watch it.
Again, and that guy in that car that's just like all the other cop cars, they're all just old 1970s vehicles.
Take the off ramp.
Shit! Hold on!
point blank. When he's riddling him with the whip, it just sounds so wet when he's hitting it with the whip. Because of the liquid aspect. When he's hitting, it's like really wet.
Go straight!
Tank.
Get the hell out of here!
Get the hell out of here! That's smart.
Get out of here! Let's go! Let's go!
Well, I mean, if you're up on the second level, it's probably not going to be that bad. But, you know. What the fuck? Maybe I should have read what's on the side of this container. I'm just gonna walk through. Yeah, the sound design is so good. Oh shit, forgot my ankle. At least something's not right here. Pull off the hand. Tink. He almost seems traumatized, right? He's looking at it like, what the fuck? Oh, stupid baby.
Hasta la vista, baby.
This falls apart again, now making that nice ringing tiny sound, like dropping, you know. Like dropping a bunch of rings on the ground, you know. It's like, uh-oh. That molten stuff's gonna... Oh, it's getting back to room temp.
We don't have much time.
What? So all of this just looks so good, right? Wait.
Let's go.
Hurry! We're back in an industrial warehouse again. For the climax. We gotta get everybody in a condition to where we can destroy this material.
Oh, come on, Mom, get up, come on.
Eddie Furlong shrieks.
This way. Come on, this way.
Wait, no, it's too hot. Go back.
Go, run.
No, we gotta stick together.
John, you got to go now.
John?
Go!
Now!
No!
It's the first time in this movie where he refers to him as John. Like, he tells him John. It's a very interpersonal thing, you know, letting everybody know the evolution of this character. And it's a pretty poignant moment because his evolution, again, is just drawn to a slow crawl because of the performance. And he goes on to a great moment where he tells him, John, you have to go. That's dope when he just goes from the face and just transforms back to the front. Super dope. Tunk, shunk.
Come on.
I think it's great that when he takes a book, there's electricity coming out. there's a little bit of that future juice that's coming out of him. Oh god. What is that future juice? The future lightning.
Grab the chain. Grab it. Grab it. Go. Go.
Mom, come on! Mom! Mom! Come on! Mom!
Oh, you trying to fuck this dude up? Here comes the... Again. Not really possible. it's not gonna happen like that. Blow the whole fucking head off it. But can't be dropping shells. He's just fucking with her.
Call to John. I know this hurts.
Turning it.
Call John.
Oh.
Call to John now.
Fuck you.
Bob? That sound effect is so fucking great. Ding. It's rough imagery and rough sound to see that, where it's just like overkill, to where you just continue to beat them. I'm always uncomfortable with that. It seems like gratuitousness, but mostly like in stuff where you can hear people getting beaten like off screen. Like it's so unsettling. That was a part where he gets impaled. You hear the servos. There's almost like a gurgle to it when he wrenches it, which makes it, but it works. All the electricity, all the future juice. All the future juice is gone. Bear. Oh, reboot. Comes the red light. First fix injury. Let's pull it on through. Maybe if you had a phase plasma rifle with a 40-watt range, it wouldn't be that bad.
John. 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 Mom. Help me. Get out of the way, John. Shoot!
Shoot, they're gonna shoot Eddie for long shoots. Greatness. It's her saying get down, not him saying get down. This is fucking great split. Why? Why is it doing that? Flailing around. See, everything burns. Heath Ledger's Joker is right. And then when the mouth just hurts almost, you know, like a non-big voice on the wall, you know, where it shows that, just swallows itself the other way. It's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Fucked up, man. Fucked up.
Get up. Come on. Holy shit.
I need a vacation. He's got personality a little bit.
Is it dead?
Terminated.
Terminated.
Will this melt in there?
Yeah, bro.
Yes. Throw it in.
Adios.
And the chip.
It's over.
No. There's still me.
There's one more chip. And it must be destroyed also. Here. I cannot self-terminate. You must lower me into this.
I cannot self-term. I'm not allowed to kill myself. I'm not programmed for suicide. Alright.
No.
Even if directed? Even if you were directed to?
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
No! Shriek. Anything on Shriek.
I have to go away.
No, don't do it. Please, don't go.
I must go away, John.
No! No, wait. Wait, you don't have to do this.
Sorry.
No, don't do it. Don't go.
It has to end here.
I order you not to go. I order you not to go. I order you not to go.
I know now why you cry.
I know now why you cry.
But it's something I can never do.
Mutual admiration.
Goodbye.
The sound of that is going to be so fucking incredible. And this, we should believe, makes it so there's no reason for a Terminator 3. Like they did just find this way. That's the end of that chapter. Back on the road, this is the end of the first one.
The unknown future rolls toward us. I face it for the first time with a sense of hope. Because if a machine, a Terminator, can learn the value of human life, maybe we can too.
Great movie. It's a classic. I don't know how many tuned in and how many watched, but hope you had a good time. Hopefully see you next Wednesday. And hope you have a good night. And you enjoyed watching T2 Judgment Day.